Good morning. It is about 9:20 in the morning. Oh, shoot the wind. And I am hurrying to the far side of the ship to Apollo for the adults only Art of the Theme tour. Ben is still asleep in the cabin. I hope that she realizes we're still in there. I still haven't figured out how she knows when we're in there, when we're not, but anyway, I really wanted to go to this because it's supposed to be really interesting. Kind of choppy seas today, a little windier. Definitely felt a lot of motion in our cabin last night, and I realized something as I was laying in bed. The motion that I feel in the bow of the ship in a room at the front there, with the rocking of the ship, of this size anyway, is almost identical to what it feels like to sleep on a train. It really is very similar. I've slept on a lot of trains. I've done a lot of travel around the country on Amtrak and slept on trains many, many times, and it feels basically the same to me. So if you've ever been on a train and you're wondering whether that's what it feels like on a ship or vice versa, hi, it does. I'm sure I won't be able to film this tour, but I will tell you about it afterwards.
A lot of our films are distributed on Buena Vista International and Buena Vista Home Entertainment. There's also a music division, Buena Vista Music Records as well. And of course, Walt Disney World Resort is located on Lake Buena Vista in Florida. So that's like kind of a boom, Buena Vista, the importance.
Cool. There's an open house at the Oceaneer Club right now, and we haven't been in here yet.
Talk about the space real quickly, and I'll get you to like look around as well. So welcome to our Ocean Club. Our Oceaneer Club. This is one of two spaces for our 3 to 12-year-olds. When you walk in, as we are here right now in the middle of our library, it is very similar to when you walk into Magic Kingdom in Central Plaza, right?
Don't look at me like that. It's a beautiful cage. You're gonna love it. I'm going to usually what kids do in the bed. Now let's back you up, drumstick.
Yeah, so there's a special plaque right beside the D Lounge, and it commemorates Disney Wonders christening of a ship. And the christening of a ship goes back to long-time maritime tradition. It's representing we are under the water, under the sea. There's ripples along the water. It's kind of representing that aspect as well. And that being continues inside the Azure Lounge. The Crown and Fin pub, completely different from Azure and the Under the Sea element. That is our British style pub. Crown meaning, of course, representing British. Fin, under the sea, we're on the water, kind of the elements of the Crown and Fin pub. Inside the Crown and Fin pub is one of my favorite venues because there's a lot of hidden Disney little trinkets in there that you have to look for. So you might be able to find Mary Poppins' umbrella. You can find the knob from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Perhaps you can find Archimedes' house from the Sword in the Stone. And there's also paintings along the wall as well, all coming from Disney movies that take place in London, England.
Okay, something that people are often curious about is, can I do laundry on the cruise? And on Disney Cruise Line, yes you can, which can be really handy, especially for families or if you have a longer trip. And this is right across from $75.90, so just a note. Oh, they have a do not disturb thing. Wonder if we have one and we just haven't found it. So do they. So one thing you might want to consider is your choice of location. If you choose this room, there might be quite a bit of traffic here. They're on multiple floors and they're like this. It's long and skinny. There's a sink. There's lots of modern washers and dryers. They take your Key to the World card. $3 each for a load. There is also an iron and an ironing board here, and that's the only place you're going to find it on a ship because it's a fire hazard. And they do sell Tide and Snuggle fabric softener for $1 each. You can see the launderette indicated on the deck plan here on the map by the elevators. There is more than one. I'm going to show you inside the elevators how you can tell which floors have them. Hi. So, if you look, there's none on deck 8, but there's some on deck 7, deck 6, none on deck 5, deck 2. So those decks. Okay, I've come down here to show you deck 2. I'm gonna see if maybe I can peek into a room. Now deck 2, the rooms do go the full length of the ship. And I'm gonna walk all the way forward because in deck 1, which I'll take you down and show you, it's only in this front area in the bow of the ship. Otherwise that's all like kitchen and stuff, I think. Deck 2 looks like any other passenger deck, but it's all ocean view cabins and insides. So this side are ocean view to the right, and these are insides. So there's no balconies this low, obviously, because it's pretty close to the water. I'll try to peek in here. There's an inside. If I catch one open, I'll show it to you. But they're gonna be just like ours, the ocean views. And the first cruise I took, morning.
Hey, morning.
First cruise I ever took on Disney Magic, we had an ocean view on deck 2. So we were on this deck on the Magic. Okay, I am in a midship elevator, so I think all the rooms on deck 1 they're between midship and forward. So yeah. Oh, no, that's crew. Oh, it's only in one fire area. Okay, here. So they're only, they do go a little bit that way, but it's a dead end. So this is just like for tendering, this back, if you go in the aft elevators down to 1, that's just to get off the ship for tendering. So there's just a little hallway of rooms here. And this is the midship elevators, this is the forward elevators, and then I'm going to take you to show you where the medical center is. So it goes that way, but it only goes to there. Ooh, I got some heavy duty fire doors down here. Oh, and they might be for flooding. Because we are basically at the water line, just above the water line here. And also, these rooms, these ocean views, do not have, on deck 1, they do not have the big portal like our room does. They have 2 small portholes. So that's important to you to have the one big one. You want to make sure you're on deck 2 or above. I'll show you. See? 2 portals. And then down here is where you go to the health center. So these are the forward elevators. And this is, like, if you're tendering, it'll be on that side or this side. They will open these doors to get off the ship. Or not even for tendering, at any port really. See, it says ashore. And I'm not gonna go down there, but down this hallway is the health center. That's where you're gonna find the health center on pretty much any cruise ship. It's gonna be all the way at the bottom of the ship, as far down as passengers can go. All right, Ben is finally up and at 'em. It is choppy today. We've got lots of white caps. It's very windy. It's actually quite chilly. This is getting to be a repeating theme for us. That the last sea day of our cruise is rough seas. I mean, it's sunny and blue sky and nice, but it's very windy. And the seas are quite choppy. I mean, obviously it could be worse, but woo! I remember to tie my hair back this time. It is not warm. Should brought my sweatshirt.
Okay, yeah, let's go indoors.
What is it? God.
Steps on it. It's just the wind. It's dead. Very dead.
It looked like the world's largest bee.
I think it was like a wasp.
Yeah, what was that? Why was it must have got on it when we were done? Well,
Yeah.
we were anchored, but
I guess it is Mexico.
still, that thing was freaky looking. Okay, I don't know that I want to walk all the way around. I'm freezing.
Yeah, that's good time.
We're gonna get inside.
Sorry.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. We've come inside. Go ahead, go ahead.
Cheers.
And we're going to look at our pictures. This is the benefit of the unlimited digital photo package. We get all of our pictures, and so far we have 53.
Not clicking.
And so we get them all, which is really cool.
That one's nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. So we get to keep digital copies of every, oh, that's nice. Of every photo we took. So when you get the unlimited digital photo package, two things. One, buy it ahead of time because it's cheaper than buying it on board. Yeah, that one's nice.
Like it.
Well, we don't have to like them. We get them all.
Right.
Okay. And secondly, today we did magic shots with Tinkerbell.
I like that one. One's a mirror, really cool.
Yeah, look at this one of Ben. And then the second reason is because if you have the unlimited, there's really no excuse not to take pictures, like all the pictures you want. This is them trying to get us to be pirates.
You look pretty good. I look just
You look
awkward.
too cheerful or something.
I look awkward.
I don't know, I think I look like I'm in pain
Yeah,
or
you look.
something.
No, you look good. You look like you're saying "er."
Yeah. Arr.
You look good there. I look just like I'm just doing like this.
The princesses are out. Again, Cinderella, Ariel. Who looks a little lonely at the moment. Tiana and Belle. Oh, he's playing live.
Oh.
Oh, now she's got a lot of people. Oh my. Ariel's not alone anymore.
Going down.
Go this way, honey. This is the guest services line, which is kind of lengthy. And this is the princess line. And we'll see how long it is. Oh, it just goes to here. That's not horrible. Yeah, you can see the waves are pretty big.
Like we're smooth though.
Yeah, it does. We're gonna just go sit in French Quarter Lounge until it's time to go into lunch. This is the side door to Triton's. We were just in the photos, which is right up there. Oh, sounds like they're doing a trivia. That's okay. And yet again, uh-oh, I'm running out of space. I forgot to record my food. I had a lovely cauliflower soup. It's actually surprisingly, like, had a little bit of spice to it. Ben got a kid's meal, and technically they're not kids' meals. It says on the menu, yes, it says it's for children of all ages, or kids of all, people of all ages, yeah. But he got chicken tenders and fries, and usually, like, they'll bring the kids' meals first, but then they bring the adult one. But the kitchen's like really slow today for some reason. I've been waiting a long time for my food, and Ben's
Now we're uneven.
yeah, now we're uneven because Ben's completely done, and I just got mine. It looks really good. It's farfalle pasta. And once again, I obviously liked that. We've actually had excellent luck with food on this cruise. We've really liked pretty much everything that we've had, especially our main dishes. We've been very happy with our main dishes and our appetizers and stuff, I think. The only things I can think that we haven't liked is I wasn't really a fan of the chilled mango soup I had at dinner last night. Was that last night? And a couple of the desserts have been a miss.
Yeah.
Like, they've still been okay, but we haven't liked them that much. But then we just get a second dessert, so it's fine. I've actually gotten almost exclusively the vegetarian options.
Yeah, the vegetarian options are like the best options.
And the vegetarian options are really good. They don't have a ton of vegetarian options, but the ones that I've had are excellent. All right, for dessert, Ben and I both got the apple strudel, which looks really yummy. We got it without it usually comes with ice cream, and we got it without the ice cream. And then I also got the almond cake.
You go up the deck, you go out right outside.
It's sunny. Yeah, and it's well, it would stay on the ship at least. And it's beautiful.
I don't think so.
But it's you can see Baja or maybe some islands over there.
No, it's all Baja. There's no.
Okay, and this way is just Pacific Ocean. And the wake is beautiful and big. It's very, very windy though. The captain said about 55 miles per hour winds today. And it's cold. We need pants and long sleeves. Okay, sad thing. We just came back to our room in the afternoon of the last day of the cruise, and our tags are here for our luggage. These are our Daisy Duck tags. So we put our name and stuff on those, and that way. And then we have to have our luggage out by 10:30 tonight, out in the hallway. And then they will, because we're not carrying it off ourselves because it's big and heavy. And then they will take it to the terminal and it'll be waiting for us. And so then tomorrow we just have to listen for when they go, wind blown. We just have to listen for when they call Daisy Duck. And that's when we get off the ship. And so basically how it usually works is on Disney at least, might be every cruise line actually, you eat breakfast. You can either go to the buffet, I think. Maybe not on Disney. I don't know if you can go to the buffet for breakfast on Disney on the last day. Does anybody know? I can't remember. I think you have to go to breakfast at the same main dining room that you ate at for dinner the night before. So for us, it'll be Tiana's, which we also just ate. Not Tiana's. Triton's, which we also just ate lunch at today. So, so we're gonna have 3 meals in a row in there, but that's fine. I mean, that's no different than like a cruise ship with the main dining room where you eat in the same dining room every night. So sad. It's always sad to get to the end of a cruise because you have to get ready and go home. And the one thing that definitely is helping is I already have the next 3 cruises booked. So if you want to make sure you don't have post-cruise blues, book your next cruise. Actually, technically I have the next 4 cruises booked.
Because you got one as well.
Because I booked a placeholder on this cruise. So instead of next cruise, where you have to actually pick out the next cruise you're going to book, the way Disney does it is they just give you 10% off your next cruise. You pay a $250 deposit while you're on board, and then you have up to 2 years to book it. And you get the 10% off on whatever cruise you book. It does have to be.
Same on other cruises too.
Yeah, it has to be 7 nights or longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on Royal, they also have that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they do on any cruise line. You always get some kind of discount for booking your next cruise while you're on board a cruise. So that's kind of cool. So that's my advice to you if you need help for your post-cruise depression. Make sure you have your next cruise or next trip of any kind booked so you have something to look forward to. We have a trip in 2 weeks to Walt Disney World, so we're set either way. Yay! All right, I have a little free time right now, and there's one more thing that I need to do, which is kind of unique to Disney and that I don't like, and I'm actually going to talk about this in another video. It's time to do the tips. Okay, so I usually tip more than the required gratuities on cruises because usually I get very, very good service. All right, so Disney does something weird though. They give you a sheet with your servers' names on it and stuff, and it's got this little letter on it so you can, it says, okay, we trust you are having an exceptional voyage. Your prepaid gratuity tickets are located on the reverse side of this form. So I prepaid my gratuities before we came on the cruise. It was a total of $116. That amount is going to depend on how many people are in your party and how many nights long the cruise is. Okay, please separate them into the gratuity envelopes provided so that you can personally present them to your service team members, which includes your server, assistant server, head server, and stateroom host or hostess. If you are unable to personally present the gratuity envelopes, these gratuities will automatically be distributed to your service team. These, the ones that are printed on the sheet. But if I want to leave any additional cash, I need to put it in these envelopes, okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to stop by our guest services desk. Okay, so this top part is basically just saying what I prepaid and how much is getting distributed to them automatically that I did already. Or that would be charged to your stateroom account and then charged to your credit card if you didn't prepay them like I did. Okay, I did see somebody else had this piece of paper and it was like brown. So I think that green might be prepaid and brown might be if you just let it go to your account on the ship. Okay, so there's one for Booty, our server, and it's $38. And then there's one for Colin, our assistant server, and it's $30. And it's Robert, our head server, who did actually come over and like he just saw us upstairs when we were just like checking out the buffet because Ben hadn't even seen it. Ben's never actually going to eat up there. I ate up there once while Ben was at a movie. But Robert saw us up in the buffet and he fist bumped us and went out of his way to say hi to us. One thing that Ben and I thought of, it's 3 reasons that the crew really take to us on cruises. One is that we're wearing masks. And on this cruise, we're just about the only people wearing masks. There's a few others like here and there, a few crew here and there, a couple other passengers here and there. But we realized it's probably really easy for them to recognize us because we're like the only people that have masks on. Secondly, yeah, part of it might be our our status. Oh, there was something else I just thought of and it just escaped my brain. But I think the other thing is that we just really make a point of talking to them. We're just really very super friendly and we really go out of our way to talk to them. And then our head server, Robert, it's only $10, okay? So it must be $5 for each of us. And then our stateroom host, which is Maricel, and she's getting $38. So she gets the same as Booty. Now, this is interesting. Can you see that? This is if you want to give a donation to the Marine Conservation Fund. Disney Conservation Fund. You can become a Marine Conservation Hero by adding $1 or more on this form for the Disney Conservation Fund. All 100% of your contribution will be directed to nonprofit organizations devoted to conserving our oceans and the life within them. Together, we can make a difference for wildlife and the fragile ecosystems they call home. If you choose to contribute, please be sure to pick up your Disney Conservation Fund button at the guest services desk. And they don't give us an envelope for this, so I think how it works is if you fill this out and then drop it off at the desk, they will charge it to your account, is how that would work. Although I think if I took cash down there, they would probably take that too, but I'd have to go to the guest services desk. But that's pretty cool. And also, I do want to add, there's a place, I can never remember the name of it, that shows the cruise line's environmental report card. And Disney Cruise Line is the only one that ever gets decent grades. They really are. Disney gets A's and occasionally a B for like air emissions, water, stuff they put in the water, things like that. And all the other cruise lines are like D's and F's. That's pretty bad. Now, granted, cruise lines are doing things all the time to try to improve their environmental record, but some of the other cruise lines have done some really crappy things with environmental stuff. I did learn a lot on Royal Caribbean. I have some good faith in Royal Caribbean's efforts to do environmental stuff. When we went on that all-access behind the scenes tour, which I'll link that video up here. If you want a cruise line that does have a decent environmental record, Disney Cruise Line does a pretty good job. Okay, so now I brought cash so I could contribute if I got good service. And I definitely am going to add cash to all of them. Don't you think, Ben? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to give cash to all of them. So what I need to do right now is I need to figure out, based on how much cash I have and stuff, how to distribute it, and then put these and the cash in these envelopes. And then we need to give it to the people. Maricel's we can leave in the room and she'll just grab it. But the other 3 we're gonna have to hand to them. So this is a little different how Disney does this. Some people like it, a lot of people don't. I just wish that every place would pay their employees really, really well, and then gratuities wouldn't even be a thing, but okay, I want to tell you a couple more things from this last day of the cruise. First of all, the characters have all changed now out of their Halloween costumes. So if you're meeting characters today, they're in their nautical outfits or just regular. So like we
like Pluto, he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Pluto doesn't have anything now. He's just regular Pluto. I didn't see what Goofy was like, did you? Goofy was down there. Daisy and Donald have like their red and white blue striped outfits on. And Minnie and Mickey are in their captain outfits. And we did meet Mickey earlier in his Captain Mickey, so he looks like my shirt here. So that's kind of nice because you get to get photo opportunities with them, both with their Halloween costumes on and then in their nautical outfits or their regular attire. So that's kind of nice. And again, one of the things I really like about the Disney Cruise Line character meet and greets is that you get to meet and take photos with the characters when they are in outfits that you would never see them in the parks. Okay, so after we met Mickey, Ben and I went to see Hocus Pocus 2 in the Buena Vista Theater. Okay, I gotta tell you a little bit about this. I had never seen Hocus Pocus, the original movie, ever. Even though it came out in the early 90s when I was in like my early 20s. Last weekend before we went on the cruise and went to San Diego, Ben and I made a point of watching it on Disney Plus, and we were so confused. We were like, what is all the fuss about? This is so lame. And I'm sorry for those of you who love the original Hocus Pocus, but we were so confused and thought it was so boring, and
It didn't really have a great plot.
yeah, we didn't like it at all. But I'm really glad we did that because now we got to go to Hocus Pocus 2 on the big screen. And that's just something kind of cool too. This is, as far as I know, the only way you can see Hocus Pocus 2 in a movie theater is here on the cruise line, because it didn't come out in theaters anywhere. It just went straight to Disney Plus. So that was kind of a unique opportunity. And I'm just someone who, I really love going to the movies. And so I always enjoy seeing, I don't like watching movies at home at all. I only like watching like a very small amount of TV at home, and that's it. And so I really much appreciate being able to see a movie as it was intended on the big screen. And
yeah, most movies are intended to be on the big screen.
yeah, they really are. It was pretty busy in there, and we actually really enjoyed it. I liked it much better than the first one, but I'm glad we saw the first one because otherwise we wouldn't have understood a lot of the story.
The thing said that we didn't really need to know about it.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of explained it, but we really liked it. It was, you know, I mean, with 30 years of time, they improve in movie making stuff.
Yeah.
So it was entertaining and good, and so we enjoyed it. And now we have literally less than half an hour before we have to go to dinner. And you might notice here, I'm having a little trouble holding the camera. The seas, it doesn't look that bad. It's rough though. We're having a little trouble walking and standing. And listen, you can hear the creaking. Hold on. Listen for the creaking and listen to the howl of the wind outside.
It's this one.
Yeah, no, I'm showing the curtains moving.
You should see the door moving.
The door?
Yeah, the door just slides because it goes this way.
Which door?
It's the closet door.
Oh.
Just open it a little bit and let it go.
Oh yeah. Look at Ben's clothes. Swinging. And the hangers.
Not
So if you pull it out,
in the middle.
it just goes all by itself.
And the gum.
This is what it's like in the atrium every night. There's pictures set up over here next to guest services. Tonight they're taking pictures in front of the Ariel statue in the middle, and then they have another photo opportunity set up over there. And tonight, go ahead. Tonight we are eating in Triton's. This is our first and only dinner in Triton's, but we've had breakfast in there once and lunch in there twice. Some pretty wild seas. And the sun is setting. This is Triton's. And we're very close to the mosaic. I learned in the Art of the Theme tour this morning, which was very interesting by the way, that mosaic took 3 Italian women 3 months to do by hand. I keep forgetting to show you the food. Ben and I both had the potato and leek soup, which is basically like just a creamy potato flavored soup. It doesn't have any chunks of potato in it or anything. What is it on salmon?
Salmon thing.
On
Salmon.
mashed potatoes. And I have basically the exact same ingredients of the pasta I had for lunch, but in a totally different form. Mushroom stuffed ravioli. You can tell how much the ship is rocking by looking at the pumpkin tree. I have to say, tonight's dinner, would you agree, was probably my most disappointing meal for kids. Yeah, I wasn't real pleased with the choices tonight, and my food was only kind of meh. Ben didn't love his, and I didn't get any dessert. There was
her dessert, which
Yeah.
is basically just whipped cream.
Right, it wasn't what I was expecting, it wasn't what I wanted, and there was nothing else I wanted. And so after we got done with dinner, we went up to the buffet thinking I could get a dessert up there, and I forgot that the buffet, it didn't used to be this way, but it's not open at dinner time at all. I remember when we went way a long time ago, 20 years ago, it was open at dinner, but it was sit down. So like they served you, it wasn't a buffet. And I'm sure that's a staffing issue. So the buffet and looked like everything except the pizza maybe were closed on the top deck. And it was freezing up there. And we definitely are not dressed appropriately for the winds and the temperature outside right now. So
Game show, who's ready? Yes. Now, I have 2 very important jobs. Okay, 2 very important jobs. Job number 1 is to make sure everyone's having a good time. Is everyone having a good time out there tonight? Yes. Oh, amazing. And my second job is to pick the contestants. Okay. Now, if you want to be part of Family Time Game Show,
I do.
Smaller person and a bigger person. Okay, I was eating chicken tenders. Yep, I was. But a wonderful meal of chicken tenders, my favourite thing on board the ship. Then all of a sudden, I actually ran out that quickly, I left it in there. My wave phone, our phone that is used to communicate with each other around the ship, starts ringing. I answer the phone. Hello, Lewis. How can I help?
That was actually really fun. Ben and I came in second of 4 teams. I wasn't sure. I thought we might have won.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
But
think
no, we were all,
really.
what Marcus was like to me, like, they won.
Yeah,
And he was
but
like-
it was the dad and his daughter that won. But I think that it was clearly them and us at the top,
Yeah.
and the other 2 teams, which were dads and sons, didn't do well at all.
Yeah.
So you apparently needed a female on your team, I think. But it was really fun. I wish we would have had family with us that could have like recorded it or something. But that was a really fun game show. So and now we're going to the show, which is Disney Dreams, an enchanted classic. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. But boy,
It's
she leaves.
supposed to be like Mickey.
Mickey doesn't look anything like that.
He's a mouse.
Okay. But yeah, she leaves us lots of chocolate. I haven't had any. Ben's
I
had
haven't
it.
at all.
Ben eats it all.
It's Dove, so it's the best.
Oh, this is our fill out your survey thing. Okay, I'll do that before I fall asleep. Last bummer thing. The show was really good. Last bummer thing before we go to sleep, and we don't get very much sleep tonight because we have to be down to breakfast at 7 a.m. We have to pack and get our suitcases out in the hall in the next like 50 minutes. So we got to do that.
No, I thought you would be able to see me in the mirror.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Thank you all for joining us for this series on our Disney Wonder Cruise. We've had a really fabulous time. And I told Robert, our head waiter, that this is our favorite ship and that we can't wait to come back. And I seriously mean that. I really, really like this ship. And this is my 3rd cruise on this ship. And I really enjoy the
I
Disney
don't really
Wonder.
have any opinions because this is my only Disney cruise I've been on.
You've been on 2. You were on
No,
this ship. But
2
that you
ships.
remember. Oh, okay, yeah.
I've only been on
Yeah,
this
he's
ship.
only been on this ship, so he needs other ships to compare it to. But we're going to try to do that. We also were talking earlier about, in addition to wanting to go on all the ships, we also want to try a Pixar cruise, Pixar Day at Sea, Star Wars Day at Sea, Marvel Day at Sea, and a Very Merry Time Christmas cruise, all on Disney. So,
all next year.
yeah. Which of those would you like to see? And if we did come back on the Wonder, would you like to see us go to Alaska? Would you like to see us do the Panama Canal? Would you like to see us do something in the Caribbean? Or boy, if we could afford it, would you like to see us next fall go to
Like Norway or something.
Australia? No, the Wonder.
Oh.
Australia or something, yeah. Tell us those things in the comments down below. We hope you enjoyed this video and this series. Give us a thumbs up if you did. Thank you everyone for watching these videos from our cruise on the Disney Wonder. And stay tuned, more Disney content coming and more cruise content coming. Have a great day everyone. Safe travels.